Michigan football coach tried to kill his ex-mistress after cheating on his wife with her and flaunting her throughout the campus. Welcome to Deeply Disgusted. And we have a good one today. Today is a day where we're going to expose the black man. That's what y'all want to call us, right? Instead of the brown man. And the white woman. That's what y'all want to call them, right? Instead of the beautiful Caucasian, or ethnic lighter skinned woman, Italians, And how our attraction is like magnets. Let's get to it. We're going to listen to K Flacco. I know he's losing the weight, but his videos are doing way better. Let's go.
Didn't know God made people this stupid. I honestly didn't know God made people this stupid. This is the Shannon Sharpe situation all over again. Shannon Sharpe 2.0. How do y'all continue to allow yourselves to get finessed and tricked out of millions of dollars by college scallywags? Sharon Moore was given a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity by Jim Harbaugh. So Jim Harbaugh was the head football coach of Michigan. However, he got an NFL gig. So while leaving to go take the NFL head coaching job, he personally handpicked Sharon to take over for him because he believed in Sharon. He believed that he could be the man for the job. And, he told the university that they should honor his request and make Sharon the head coach. Despite being a married man with 2 daughters, he decided the first thing he was going to do with his new opportunity.
Oh, he already was dipping into the Caucasian chocolate. So this is not a brown man that, he been messing with the brown booty all his life and he never experienced the white cootie cat. He already experiencing the white cootie cat. He's married to a Caucasian beauty. And he has some beautiful kids, may I add. I mean, come on now. Everybody knows. The mixes create the best looking like models, supermodels, You just can't deny that. But he is happy. But now he's a little sad. Let's get back to the show.
Opportunity was to throw it all away by getting involved with an executive assistant. This was a clear and flagrant violation and mistake for obvious reasons. One of the biggest reasons being she was literally his employee and he had influence over her salary. Due to the clear and obvious imbalance of the power dynamics at play here, no matter how much this chick consent, she would always be viewed as the victim.
Oh, yes. Okay. K Flacco's 1,000%. This is not a situation where he met her and they smashed and she consented to it. And now she's like, oh, wait, he's a coach? Okay, let me say he did this so I could get some money. She will always be the victim because it's a state of employment. He is the boss. He's the boss. He regulates her salary. He gives her bonuses. He could put her up in a higher level, and it's like a kind of ethic issue because you're effing. So how is it fair for the other employees? So she will always be the victim, as she should be in this situation.
And forget about how you put the school at risk of a possible lawsuit. Think about yourself. Think about how vulnerable the position you put yourself in. No matter how much this chick consents, no matter how much she tells you she loves you, she can wake up one day and claim victimhood and take you for everything you got.
She's not bad right here, though. She's not bad. I mean, I'll give it to her.
Because you were her boss and you was in charge of how much she was getting paid. She was benefiting more than he was. Now, I don't know how crazy her sloppy toppy was or, like how crazy the box was, but this chick was taking this dude to the cleaners, man. All right. So if you look at her salary when John Harbaugh was there, Jim Harbaugh, I should say, she was making $58,000, right? She had a 0% increase for the 2023 year. But when
she got a 55% increase and her salary went all the way to $90K. Her salary went all the way to $90K. This is a violation. He done effed up. Ladies and gentlemen, the crickets are calling.
took over, when he became the head coach, she jumped 55% in 1 year.
Woo! That was some good sloppy toppy. I mean, she probably had the foam over this side and the foam on, when they going so fast and then start building up foam, like foam, yeah, the foam like if you drink a soda. She was giving him that soda sloppy toppy.
She went from $58,000 to $90,000 in a year.
Yes, his toes was curling on that one. Yeah, she was worth that 55%.
Whatever box she was giving him, whatever sloppy toppy she was giving this dude, bruh, it was clearly worth it, man. Because this dude lost his mind. You couldn't make it more obvious, man. Right? What job duties was this chick doing that warranted a 55% increase?
Job duties under the table. I'm gonna tell you that. And a lot of times, under the table is a comfortable place because it's nice and warm and dark down there, and you can focus on the sloppy toppy under the table.
In her pay scale, but this dude was getting so comfortable and so relaxed, he was feeling like a king on campus, that he began to be in an open with this. Like, he was no longer hiding it. Like, kids was literally sending pictures to each other of this dude and her, like, walking seemingly romantically all across campus. Bro was too comfortable, man.
Oh, he forgot he was head coach. Yo, she gave him so much sloppy toppy under that football coach table. He totally forgot. He thought he was in a strip club. He thought everything was a fantasy. He was like, dang, am I still the coach of Michigan? Oh.
Chilling out in public. Right? Now, apparently this person says that they sent this photo of Sharon Moore walking past their house on campus April 16th of 2024. So this apparently been a thing. I've seen a couple of old tweets where people was like, no, I seen an old tweet from a month ago where somebody was saying, yo, Sharon Moore has been cheating on his wife with his executive assistant. So this was already bubbling on campus.
Yo, you fool. Shamar, you fool. Are you eating stupid cereal with stupid milk? You're a celebrity. You are the coach of the Michigan football team. You think you could just walk around campus and nobody's going to take pictures of you with your mistress? You think you could just stroll past somebody's house and people not going to take pictures? You are the coach. You are a damn near celebrity on campus.
Now, him being sloppy, him being careless, finally caught up to him.
Him being sloppy and her giving all that sloppy toppy, it finally caught up to him, like, Flacco's talking about.
Because he was ultimately fired yesterday. But instead of taking his firing, right, with some type of integrity and principles, because you did wrong, all right, he decided he was going to fully crash out.
Breaking news in college football. Michigan has fired head football coach Sharon Moore for cause. The school said that an investigation found that Moore had an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. Moore had been suspended for 3 games and given a 2-year show cause order for his part in the school's scouting and sign stealing scandal just a few years ago. Senior college football writer Pete Thaler.
He was just in a scandal. Oh, my Lord of mercy. He was just in a scandal and he didn't stay under the radar? You got a second chance? First of all, you had a Caucasian boss who was the coach before. He told the school, yo, honor my request. I want this brown man to be in charge. I want him to be in charge of this team. This legacy, he passed over to another brown man. You know, the brown man that y'all call black. This brown man took over. He was part of a scandal. Finally, the scandal cleared, and then he get himself into another scandal. Talk about stupid.
Animals all over the story and joins us now. What details do you have about this investigation and which led to this firing?
Yo, did he just have a stroke? Bro, we only have a few minutes of the show. Can you explain to what happened? What led to the fire, man? Come on, man. Fix your glasses.
Yeah, Kevin, this is something that's been percolating at Michigan for the last couple.
It's time for the percolator. It's time for the percolator. It's time for the percolator. Oh, it's time for the... Y'all know, y'all Jersey heads out there. Y'all know what I'm talking about. All right, go ahead. Continue.
Weeks, there was initial flurry of speculation and an early investigation that died down toward the end of the regular season. There had been a lot of uneasiness on the Michigan staff. Sources had told me Sharon Moore had been acting strange, berating assistant coaches, not acting in a normal way.
The holidays is coming up. Let me show you how to make a.
How can you act in a normal way when you getting all that sloppy toppy? Buy my merch. You don't get sloppy toppy with it, but it's very warm, okay? How you gonna think that you gonna be a successful football coach and you are getting all that sloppy toppy?
What's between the legs of those 20 to 23-year-old blonde-haired, blue-eyed college white girls?
Oh, I could tell you, it is some gold nuggets between those legs, brother.
But it got to be something magical, man, because these niggas keep crashing out over it, bro. He lost $13 million? $13 million?
I know 13 is, it is like the universal number of bad luck. But when you talk about 13 million, that's some bad luck that I need.
Because you wanted to mess with, huh? I don't know, bruh. The crime don't fit the punishment, man. All right.
Yeah, it is some better looking blondie baddies out there, though. I ain't gonna lie. Especially if you're making 13 million. I mean, come on, bro. You could have went to a strip club and had a way better down low relationship with a official baddie more than what you had right there.
All right. Now listen.
She kind of looked like Miss Piggy, if you ask me.
Damn. Yo, if you had to take a once in a lifetime chance, man, because this chick was just so bad, you just had to. Cool. And even that, it's still not worth it. But you lost $13 million for the opportunity to crack a 5. Crazy.
I don't know, man. $13 million, man. You could definitely go to a few countries and get some sloppy toppy for a minuscule of the price, brother. You didn't have to even increase anybody's salary down there, you know?
Crazy. Now, this is the time where he's supposed to take it on the chin, go back home, work it out with his wife, and self-reflect and try to get back on his feet and find other opportunities. But no. Instead, He went out for vengeance and blood.
Well, a surprising firing and a shocking arrest at the same time, rocking the world of college sports this morning. The University of Michigan dismissing football coach Sharon Moore on Wednesday, only for him to be arrested and booked in a county jail. This was hours later. NewsNation's Ryan Bass tracking this one for us. So, Ryan, quite a whirlwind in the past few hours. What are you learning about Moore's termination and this investigation underway now?
Yeah, this escalated rather quickly last night, Kelly. I mean, Moore was fired by the university and then hours later was detained. Now, the university is saying that he was dismissed after an investigation found that he had an inappropriate relationship with a staff member, which led to his dismissal. In terms of his arrest, we're still getting some details that are trickling in, but in terms of police, they have arrested Moore, and it's unclear if that is connected to his firing. The incident happened about 30 minutes before Michigan announced his dismissal. Jail records show that the 39-year-old was booked yesterday evening, but don't list charges or a court date just yet. Pittsfield Township Police, without naming Moore, said they responded to an alleged assault and took one person into custody. Now, Michigan's athletic director said that Moore was terminated after an internal investigation.
Don't tell me after he got fired, he went to her house and tried to assault her. Don't tell me he tried to assault a victim that he had a whole relationship with and he was the boss and it's not even his own company. No. You can't be serious.
And this is video coming in from just yesterday as we continue to follow the latest on the fired Michigan head football coach Sharon Moore. He is now out of jail after posting bond following his arrest earlier in the week. Moore arraigned virtually on Friday afternoon on charges including stalking and home invasion. His bond there set at $25,000.
This is the people of the state of
Stalking and home invasion? Yo, how do you go from the coach of Michigan, the head coach of Michigan, to now you're in a jumpsuit for stalking and home invasion because you wanted to F Miss Piggy?
Michigan versus Sharon Banfield Moore.
Are we understood on the no contact and no go-to, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
As for what happened in court Friday, prosecutors laid out the allegations against him. They say Moore, quote, barged his way into the apartment of the woman with whom he had been having an affair and threatened to kill himself after she reported their relationship to the school and he lost his job as a result. The prosecution saying Moore and the woman were having an affair, quote, for a number of years before she ended it Monday. After the breakup, prosecutors say he contacted the woman, who was a staffer, repeatedly through phone calls and texts. From there, she contacted the University of Michigan and cooperated with their investigation into that relationship, and he was then fired. Prosecutors...
How can you be so emotional as a man? You want to be a player, but you don't even know how to play the game. If you don't know how to play the game, you go to work every day, you continue your coaching career. Stop looking at some tail and go home to the daggone same woman you've been banging with 2 kids. And continue your happy married life. Leave the player to the players like me. I'm not saying I'm a player, but I'm just saying back in the day, you know. Wait. But if you don't know how to play the game, you got to stay on the sidelines, brother. You make us look bad, man. She broke up with you. You crying and you want to kill yourself. You should be happy, like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna put another one in your slot. You was making $13 million, bro. You don't got no money saved up. You don't got no stocks. You know, Nvidia killed it this year. You didn't put nothing in Nvidia, huh? You weren't about getting fired and you weren't about killing yourself, bro. You should be worrying about getting some more cootie cat and trying to stay away from cootie cat you can't even control. Brother? Come on, man. You got that M on your chest for what? Mighty or Mouse?
Claim Moore, quote, terrorized the staffer, and they believed him to be a, quote, risk to the public and safety. Moore's attorney had this to say.
Do you know where he's going to be able to stay after this? Is he going to be able to go home?
Hell no. Hell no. That white woman is not letting him back in the house with them two beautiful kids. Hell no. Hell no way, Jose. You know where he going? He going to the shelter.
I'm just going to not answer that question.
Oh, he's a smart lawyer. Thank you.
But he'll be in the future.
Tell us about this. What's the mood of your client right now?
Listen, that is something that I will also not comment on, but I will say you heard that there was a condition of bond for him to have mental health counseling, and we expect that too. Okay?
Do you have any comments on the allegations?
None. And
I don't think mental health counseling could solve softness in men, you know? He has a syndrome of bitchness that a lot of times when I get into your DNA, it's really hard to cure, you know, and you got to go through a lot of like a psychological treatment for that, you know. He's a little soft.
I said in court, I've not seen a police report. I've not seen any other discovery. It would be irresponsible to comment, so I won't.
How's he doing mentally? Is he singing?
Yeah, so I'm, again, not going to comment on that. Thank you very much, but I do need to get through you guys.
All right, you're taking...
He said, get that F out my way. I like that lawyer. He said, I'm not going to comment, guys, but I do need to go through here. Can y'all get the F out of my way so I could go to my car?
To look at some of the charges here that Moore faces, the terms of his release, as they mentioned there, he's going to wear a GPS tether, continue mental health treatment, and cannot communicate with his alleged victim. So I want to break down exactly what all of this means and where the case goes from here. Obviously, a lot of eyes on the case. Let's bring in Marissa Darden, an attorney and former state and federal prosecutor. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us today.
Thanks for having me. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, first off, can you kind of break down those charges that Moore is currently facing and what kind of penalties they have with him? Are we talking about potential jail time?
So under Michigan law, the felony home invasion carries a possible maximum term of imprisonment of 5 years jail with a
5 years in jail. 5 years in jail because you want to go into Miss Piggy's playhouse. 5 years in jail because you want to go into Miss Piggy's playhouse. What you think you are? Huh? Kermit the Frog, brother? You're the Michigan head coach.
$1,000 fine. And then there are 2 misdemeanors, as you mentioned, the stalking in a domestic relationship and breaking and entering without owner's permission, which also carry maximum terms of imprisonment under a year or more, or 90 days, depending on which, and then a $500 or $1,000 fine. So I think there's a real question here about whether the prosecutors overcharge this, given all of the eyes that are on this case and on all of the investigations and things that are surrounding Michigan. Considering that Sharon Moore is a first-time offender with no criminal history, we'll see whether the felony actually sticks.
And that's a question that a lot of people are asking because it was...
Okay, he's a first-time offender. He never committed an offense before. 9 times out of 10, if he didn't, show any violence towards the victim and just violence towards himself, most likely he'll probably get 2 to 3 years probation. Or if they do want to give him jail time, they'll give him probably a year, or maybe a year and a half in jail, and then they'll give him probably like 2 to 3 years probation.
It was mentioned in court that he didn't have any prior criminal history, and then you have those charges here that have now been filed. Based on that court appearance, what can you take away about how the case is proceeding from here?
I think there are a lot of questions about whether Sharon Moore got a fair shake. Is he being treated just as any other?
Brother, you shouldn't have been going to work with your beard welly shaped like that, bro. The white girls love it, man. They love a well-shaped beard on a brown man. Trust me. You should have went to work a little scruffy knowing that you had a Caucasian queen at home. How many Caucasian queens you want, my man? You want 10? You want all of them? Huh? You want mines too? Huh? Can you save a Caucasian queen for at least one or two brothers, huh? You can't have all the Caucasian queens, man. Huh? Shamar. You can't have all of them, man. Can we save some for us, brother? Save some for us.
Feelings towards him were nothing but kindness. He always struck me as a very kind, gentle person, as a matter of fact. So this seemed very out of character for us.
University of Michigan booster Jerry Mason describes his conversations with now former head football coach Sharon Moore. The 39-year-old made his first appearance in court since he was fired by U of M and arrested by police Wednesday. When we spoke with Mason, he said he believes Moore was going through a mental health crisis.
Obviously, a relationship breakup, any kind of a relationship breakup, is tough and is painful, and people deal with that in different ways. And I can't imagine the stress that he's under as head coach of the Michigan football team.
We learned Sharon Moore.
I don't care about what stress he under. Listen, if you want to be a player, you play the game, brother. We don't got time for you crying now. You don't want me anymore. You're a coach, brother. Ain't you coaching other men? Huh? That's pumped up on testosterone, man. What kind of coach are you, man? That you probably the softest coach on the planet. Man up. Man up. Thank y'all for watching. I'm going to pray for him and his family, his two beautiful, beautiful mulatto kids. And his white Caucasian queen. I know she's out there lonely now. And I know she probably needs somebody to talk to and text every once in a while. And sometimes she could, reach out to people, and see if maybe somebody could come over and help her with the kids, at 908-229-7962. Just saying. But he's a despicable man. And I hope they throw the book at him. I hope they throw the book at him. Thank y'all for watching. Deeply disgusted.